Hello everyone, my VTuber is missing. Where the oh, there she is. Hello, how is everyone doing today? Let me just catch up on the Twitch chat. Arthos, thank you so much for the 4-month resub. I really appreciate it. Yeah, indeed. Where is our chat box background? Interesting. Anyways, yes, hello, VTuber jump scare. Crisis says I'm new here. Hello. How's everyone doing? We got V-Time and Maeve. Okay, awesome. We got some people here. Okay, so like the thumbnail says, we're gonna be working on the Snow Castle level. You know, it is the season, I guess. You know, summer's over. We're not working on the beach level anymore. It's fall now, baby. It's time for the cold. It's time for the snow. So we're gonna jump straight in. Oh, I need to change my back seating text. What was it? Please, no back seating. Thank you. I think that's what it said. Something like that. Congrats on getting the show funded. Of course. Alrighty, cakes. So let us get started with where we are at the moment. The harpies are turned off for the sake of testing because I want to drive around and see how everything looks. Let's do 1.3 so you all can actually read the text. Kuni, hello. Great opener. You know, you're playing with fire there, Kuni. Coming in with a joke where it's like, haha, I'm doing the thing that you told me not to do, but as a joke. You're playing with fire. I won't ban you straight off the bat, but let me just say that I have definitely come in hot like that, and I got banned straight up. Luckily, that streamer ended up being a piece of shit, so I'm not too mad, but still. Alright, so here's what we got so far. You know, this weird glitch carts reskin we're doing here. We're working on here. So obviously this was supposed to be Canehurst, but we're going to be deviating pretty hard from the, I want to change this, from the actual track, the actual layout of Canehurst. I widened these doors, so now they're big enough to. Oh, we got some Z-Flight fighting there. I'll need to fix that. But you know, we got widened these doors up and widened these castle walls up significantly. All right, so. And that's all we got so far. Good morning, No Ice. Yeah, thick doors. Before the doors were very... Actually, I think I still have the original tower. This was the original tower. And you can see how narrow these doors were. Like there and here, right? So I have made those doors... Wait, where's my fucking... Whoops! Well, I guess at least we confirm that my stream deck works. My soundboard. Oh, goodness. There it is. But yeah, so nice and thick now. Nice wide doors. I only test with myself with one racer because the NPC navigation it needs to be set up at the end. So I can only test with myself. So I tend to like make tracks that feel really good to play with a single racer, and not accounting for the fact that there's up to 8 racers, you know, like a mob of racers driving through these levels. So like, I widened all these stairs. I widened these castle wall tops we got here, and yeah, I widened the doors. And trust me, I don't know if any of y'all have done level design before, but all that sounds like it would be really easy. It is extremely painstakingly difficult to just, you know, quote unquote, widen a door. That is very difficult, you know. But I did it. And then I added, yeah, the red carpet. Oh my gosh, Firekeep Dev, thank you so much for the 2-month subscription. Yes, you understand. It really isn't that easy. But yeah, and then I finally went in and added a new area. This, I believe, in Bloodborne, this is the library, so I put some books down. But we're going to change it. Well, you kind of see the backside of these bookshelves, so I'll have to fix that. Put some debris there. Turned over table. I love placing turned over tables in places. But right now it's a library. We're probably gonna change it to, I don't know how much I should spoil. For lore reasons, this castle is where carts are made, right? So I think this room should be like the cart workshop. I think that would be more interesting, right? And we can throw in like wheels and like engines hanging from chains and like big machines that like build whatever. Yeah, the cart shop, the cart factory, right? So that's what this room should be. I think. I believe this is the only big room that we're gonna have in this track. So yeah, cart factory castle. So I'm gonna open this. This is a different version of, this is, okay, so context, Cadenhurst Castle was going to be a track in Bloodborne Kart. We did not have time to finish it, this is unfinished, to finish it and rebrand it as a legally distinct track. We had to cut this pretty early, before we even, I think this was cut even before the rebrand happened, before Sony reached out and told us to change everything. So this DLC, I was going to finish this track. It was made, Mino, who's, you know, credited as like additional art and stuff, worked on this. He made it in Unreal Engine 4.27, so back versioning would be a huge pain in the ass because Nightmare Kart's made in 4.25. So I'm recreating it from scratch because I want to change the layout anyways. But as you can see, you know, here it is. You drive in here, you go up here, through the bridge, and here's the library, which we're going to turn into the cart shop. And then, you know, you spiral up, drive along the roof, go along these more castle walls, and of course, I'm sure everyone who's played Bloodborne remembers this area, right? Once again, I don't know if we're gonna have this part, because this is very distinctly Bloodborne. Anyone who's fought Martyr Logarius knows this area pretty distinctly. I don't know if we should have this in the rebrands. Who knows? I kind of want to change this whole back half of the track. But yeah, anyways, so I do have this open in another tab, just so we can, just for like as reference, right? But everything else is here. I need to start putting, and we did, Mino did make some snowy grass, which I should import and start placing down. But yeah, so if you see me flipping to a different version of the level, this is why. That's the context, right? How's the music, by the way? Is it too quiet? It's oifect? Okay, let me lower it back down again. Cool. Alrighty, cakes. So, Zella says no backseating in red, LOL. Yeah, I'm sure you can figure out the environmental storytelling there. Right. So here's the thing. The original track. The track starts here and it ends here, and the implication is that. Let me just use fucking snipping tool. Right, so you start here, go through here. and then jump out this way. And I guess the implication is, sorry, this is really small on stream. Can I zoom this in? Whatever, I can't. And I guess the idea is like you land here, and then you like go like this. I don't really like that. So let me just use paint. I really need to get paint.net. Anyways, so this is the new layout. This I can zoom in on. This is the new layout. Right. So we can, so like the original idea is it comes up like this, right along the roof, go out, go left, jump off, right, and then land here, and then you continue. So like the first part of the track is unused, right? Eternal, hello? So the other idea, and I just want to be clear, I am sharing my thought process. Me saying I have ideas that I may or may not use is not an invitation for you to tell me what I should do. I'm just sharing my process with y'all, okay? So please don't abuse that. Anyways, so another idea I have is we, go out right along the rooftop, or maybe go along the rooftop this way. We jump down outside of the castle into the snowy wilderness, drive through some forests, land here. That's an idea. Or we can honestly just drive along the rooftop and like go to that Marta Ligarius jump and then like jump the wall, land in the forest. I kind of like the idea of being outside of the castle for a section of the track. And it's just the forest. I mean, there is a lot of forest levels. I mean, we have the Forbidden Forest in Nightmare Kart's base campaign. But I believe there aren't any forests. And no, there is. The train boss level is going to be a forest as well. So I'm kind of worried we're going to have too many trees. But I don't know. I think it'll be fine. Actually, I kind of like this. I think this is good. Like, we have this little knot here. And we cross over. I always love seeing crossovers like this, like these, like this part right here. Like if you're super behind, or you jump over and you can see someone driving below you, or you're driving on the wall and you see someone jump over. I always love that shit. Queenie says, I love how the DLC is letting me get out so much. I love the beach, going to the fields, touching grass. Right. I mean, that was the whole idea, right? Like the main campaign of Nightmare Kart is very samey. It's just, gothic buildings. Gothic exteriors and gothic interiors, with the exception of the Forbidden Forest, which was everyone's a lot of people's favorite track. So that's kind of what we're doing, right? This DLC doesn't really take place in Miralodia. It takes place on the outskirts. I'm not gonna leave this open. I think this is it right here. I mean, we obviously will like have more interesting stuff happen. This won't just be like a single curve. But I like this. So what we're gonna do is just blitz the track layout first. Not worry too much about how it looks. It'll look very Windows 98 maze screensavery, but we'll have all the collision down and all that kind of stuff. Velunea, just thank you so much for your subscription. The Forbidden Forest can have gothic trees. Yeah, gothic trees. They're dead. Excuse me. It's a reflection of my altered mind, or whatever the fucking meme is. Excuse me. Hold on, these bounds aren't correct, so they're constantly flickering and it's pissing me off. Okay. You love my altered mind? Thank you, thank you. Right, so, I want to crash through a stained glass window. Bunlith's show implanted that in my mind, and I want that. I was playing Onrush the other day, and there's a level where you crash through a giant billboard on one of the ramps, and we just don't have that. And that's kind of a fantasy of like driving a big car through a gothic castle, I think. And I think we should fulfill that fantasy, you know? So yeah, we're gonna put a big stained glass window here. We're not gonna do it today, but I will have a giant gap that you jump through with the intent of filling it with a stained glass later. You see what I mean though? Like very boring, like because this room is very basic. We'll go back and make it prettier later. Am I gonna be at MagFest this year? I believe so. The apothecary says, would you land in a snowy graveyard and loop back around? I'm going to say that is dangerously close to backseating with suggestions and ideas. I'm gonna bap you on the nose with a newspaper. Cease this. Okay. So we did technically do this already with the idea of going up a ramp, like stairs that break off like this, very mansion-y, but there's a big window right here. Here, let me show you. So there's like imagine like a wall here, right? And there's a big stained glass window right here, right? And you drive, hit that ramp and go, and then you drive through it. I think this is the winning formula. Unfortunately, we already put that here. So do I do it a second time? That is a rhetorical question. We are going to do that. Hamswork, please, no backseating, no ideas, no suggestions. I am desperate. I am tired. Please. There's giant red text on the screen. Please, 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 please. Now you all see why I have to put this red text on the screen. Every time someone gives me a suggestion, I make it 1% bigger. Thank you for the apology. This music might be too energetic for what we're doing. And soon the entire screen was covered. I mean, look, you see this building? You see the balconies on either side? Like, there has to be stairs leading up to that, right? I guess you do in the clock tower level, you do race up a ramp and crash through the clock, but it's already broken. So linear exponential vibes. Linear exponential 1%. It's a vibes based 1%. The fit is god tier? Do you mean my VTuber's clothes? Thank you. The collision is a separate volume? Don't ask why. Just roll with it. My fit is Eldritch God tier. I cooked in the cauldron. You're so funny. You cracked me up. Oh, let's put the start back at the... we need to, hold on. These are old models. Honestly, we need to make this list longer. You know, when I first built this, I was like, this is just too long of a straightaway, but we need to make it longer. Especially with this ramp here. Yeah, we need to increase the length. I mean, honestly, if we just grabbed all this and just moved this here, grabbed our collision, moved it here as well. Does my merch shop ship internationally? It does. It is very expensive. I do not have control over the international shipping costs. That is handled by Shopify, which sucks. Feels a little better. Do we add an elbow? Do we make it like a 90 degree? Like do we turn it 90 degrees? This is a rhetorical question. No. The 90 degrees, we're gonna crash through a window and land on a external walkway where we then turn left and then go on the roof. Yes. That's a rhetorical question. You are my rubber duck. You sit there quietly and let me talk to you and don't say anything in return. Yeah. That's my good little duckies. Okay. Okay. Okay, my roommate just cackled from 3 rooms away. I think she heard me talk about my duckies. Okay. I really need to make these textures better. You can just see the difference of quality between this texture and this texture. Like there's just so much less depth on this broken tile texture, which I should make a non-broken version of. I don't care too much. Like, wow, it's tiling so much. It looks just like a shitty PS1 game. Wow, what a problem we have. Right. So I don't care too much, but honestly, if I updated this texture to have more depth as it compared to the stairs texture, I would probably just make a non-broken tiled version anyways. So whatever. Am I actually making a game? I am. What program? I'm using Unreal Engine 4. I'm not using 5 simply because this game started development before 5 came out, and I'm not going to switch to a different engine halfway through development, especially now that it's launched already. That'd be weird. But ray tracing! Reynold Tracington! These don't have collision, so it is. Okay, if this was a fancy, like, cathedral-like workshop, this would just be made out of rickety wood. But once again, like I said, we are not worrying too much about the actual visuals. We're just building out the layout first. We'll make it pretty later. Where's Checker Knights? Okay, there's our first problem. That's not gonna work. Don't worry, I'll come up with a solution. You don't have to give me suggestions. I mean, these should be curved stairs. They would curve into this. You warned me about stairs? Honey, I've been making stairs in video games for like a decade. I don't need no warning. I think that classifies as a type of backseating. Oh, it's a Homestuck joke? Oh, okay. You got me. I don't watch Homestuck. I don't need no warning. I built these stairs, motherfucker. Okay. So we are going to make a custom asset just for this one section, which I don't do too many times, but I think we need to have some nice stairs. Heaven forbid an English castle from the 1700s not comply with 2000s Americans laws. Quinny says, I like to think Bunleth is going around with a claw hammer. Sorry, I'm just my volume okay? Okay. Going around with a claw hammer and nails doing construction work on this castle. Yeah, I built this with my own 2 paws. My own 2 bunny paws with beans. I don't care if it's not realistic. I don't give a fuck. Bugs Bunny had beans and no one gave a shit. Okay. I think what disappointed me the most about Amnesia: Dark Descent is that the Brennenburg Castle didn't feature any racetracks with cool ramps to do tricks off of. I think you're onto something there. Do we even have the stairs? I have the snowy stairs. Okay, that's fine. That's good enough. Okay. Boo, boo, boo. There. Beautiful. We did it, chat. We fucking did it. That's how you do a curvy staircase. Okay. Let's do... How many is this? This is 9 verts, and this is 7. Okay. I mean, that's kind of it, you know. I'll do one more cut, but I mean, I'll just eyeball it. But like, you see what I'm doing here, right? Like, you're picking up what I'm putting down. Y'all are so funny. You crack me up. Oops. Here's gonna be snowy stairs just for the preview. Don't worry. We'll be okay. You'll be okay. Line the UVs, make it nice and big. That looks PS1 as fuck. Look at those horrible UVs. This is more N64 than PS1, am I right? Will this work with carpet? Okay, we're actually gonna have to replace this with carpet. Look at all these textures I made just for the fucking snow level. Actually, okay, Mino started most of these textures, to clarify. I then finished them up. I did not make all these textures. A lot of these were just Mino. But these carpet things I absolutely made. Yeah, it doesn't work. Okay, so we're gonna have to do this. There we go. Yeah, N64 had the filtered textures and the... I don't know, at least Zelda 64, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask had some very weird UV maps. Everything looked a little warped. It looks like I'll meet a witch going up these stairs. Haha! You're funny. You got me. Okay. I think this is it. Let me just separate you. Why can't I select you? There we go. Oh, we need to do collision. Do we need to do collision? We need to do collision. Zayona says, how long did it take for you to make glitch carts? And how long were you quiet about it? Don't know if I'm allowed to talk about that. I signed a pretty lengthy NDA, so I'm just gonna say no comment. I'll say a long time. I'll tell you that much. Okay, now we import. Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness. Okay, so all we need to do is... My favorite asset from glitch cards? Probably Guinevere, which is funny because she ended up being so overpowered. It wasn't intentional, I promise. Okay, so obviously these stairs are not scaled properly. Okay. Do I care? Chat, do I care? Like, it's so squished here, but so stretched here. I don't think I care. Chat, I don't care. Chat, I don't fucking care. Chat, I don't care. I don't fucking care. Alright. I don't care. I don't know the rest of that song. It is normal for stairs to be close to the inside of the curve. That is how curved stairs work. So you're never gonna drive up this. So it theoretically doesn't even need collision, but we are going to do that. We are going to give it some collision. Foxstan says, curved staircases are the mortal enemy of environmental artists everywhere. I believe that. I believe that absolutely. I mean... This should just be the stone edge. We have a trim, actually. We have a trim. Trim stone B, which is not... It's not set up correctly. We have trim, a trim texture specifically for this shit. Yeah, the depth just isn't the same. There we go. There's carpet on the bottom. I mean, once again, this is an asset you'll never really see. So this texture looks a little ugly. I don't care. I guess you will see it going up the main staircase. I guess it's fine. Here, let me give it a different texture, and I'll just see how it looks in an engine. We'll just throw something in there. Yes. Okay. And also, normals are backwards. Okay. Oh. Muffin says yag. I say yag back. I have a stone ceiling. Oh, but it needs to be cold. Do I have a cold? I have a dark. I have a desat. That is not desaturated. So let's do stone ceiling. Cold is the language I use. It's cold. You know, like it's bluish. This level is cold, so everything's blue. We got a blue tint to every texture. Which I know this isn't PS1 compliant. I don't care. We are going to fully desaturate it. We do have some shader stuff here. There we go. So now we've blue tinted this ceiling texture is like I'm afraid I just blew myself. Don't look at me like that. Don't give me that side eye. More like blue.
Little duckies get her.
Little duckies. No, the duckies have unionized. Oh, look at that. That's awful. Who modeled this? I need to speak to their manager. This is what you get for eyeballing your your stair curve. That's better. Duck Union, Duck Union. Quack. Quack Attack! I like that. I like Quack Attack. That's a name for like a silly little indie game, like a party game. Quack Attack. Yeah, this collision is also sorry, I forgot to add collision on everything. That collision is all sorts of fucked, but you are never intended to actually race on it. This is not part of the track. We're kind of just filling in the asset. But it would be weird if you, like, you know, fell through it if you tried to drive out of bounds because you're being silly. So I have a quick and dirty collision. That's a little jank, but it'll be fine because then we're gonna actually. Please, have as many pancakes as you want. Never actually gonna be driving on it. But it should have some sort of collision, even if it's kind of bad. Coffee says, as part of the rubber duck union demands, I would like the water we're all floating in to be a little bit warmer. Chat, y'all are so funny. You crack me up. Don't look at me like that. Uh-oh. Okay. So here's our first mistake. The left balcony overhang, whatever you want to call it, is too wide. Dap me up, more like quack me up. More like crack me up. Because y'all are so funny. Oh, I really should group all this shit together. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'll be a good bunny. I'll group my fucking little assets. So I'm not selecting them all one by one. I'll be a good bunny rabbit. Yeah, microwave's done. Y'all heard that? My Bexty is heating up pancakes I made this morning. Well, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Whatever. This is a chill stream, you know. This isn't some crazy.
So sorry for interrupting the stream with my microwave beep.
Your microwave beep. Me when the microwave is done. Alright, group. Pancakes. I make some pretty decent pancakes. I don't know about these ones though.
They look good.
Well, thanks. Stairs and microwave killed my grandpa. That's a joke. If that was a blue sky tweet, a skeet, that's what one of the replies would be.
Don't insult your child.
This isn't blue sky. This is Twitch. Yeah, that feels very weird to drive up and it like catches on the edges. But you can drive it. It does feel pretty good. But yeah, you're just gonna drive straight. You're gonna see the big ol' oh, I need to change the interior volume. Right, so these big volumes I have are when you're inside this big box, it'll turn off the snow effects. So these are like, alright, I have one here and I have one here, right? So these are interiors. Why are you joking about microwaves? There's a goddamn Cheeto in the White House. Oh god. Y'all are blue sky skating way too realistically. Excuse me. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that collision's awful, but who cares? Bexty, could you refill this, please?
Yeah.
My throat is dry. It's because it's literally snowing in this castle. It's making me so cold. I don't even have a coat on. I don't think I have a version of my VTuber with the coat. Like, I have the model. I don't think I made a VTuber version though. Goodness, excuse me. This software is Unreal Engine 4.
You should do the coat and a hat and a scarf, and then you can have like a little snow overlay. It's not backseating because it's not about your work.
Yeah, that's fine. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Outfit swap back to back.
That means take it all off.
Whoa. Okay. Okay. All right. You know. Okay. I do have. Okay. Okay. I normally don't use my VTubers with the teal hair because that era is over. But let's just say we will use the winter 2023 Bunlith. She does have the big coat. Oh, her arms are all fucked up though. That's right. Okay. Well, we're gonna have weird orange arms. But there we go. She's all warm. Her makeup's wrong. Her hair's wrong. But you know, 6,000 Bombiwa. We'll do it temporarily. All right. So there are two versions of Oops, I forgot to turn off my, there we go. There are 2 versions of this track. There's a lower level where we go through, we go up here, we burst through the stained glass window. And then there is the Pro Strat version where you actually stay on here, it boosts you over, and then you break through, I guess, a tiny stained glass window on the side. Oh, goodness, excuse me. Pommy Paws, hello! The pancakes are really good. I'm so glad to hear that. Everyone, Pommy Paws in chat. She's my roommate and she's my bestie. Say hi. I love the sleeveless trench coat one of the bundlers was wearing in the trailer. Sleeveless which trailer? Oh, in the anime OP. That's right. I did have one wearing the trench coat. Yeah, that's the trench coat. I actually own that. It's actually cooler in real life because now it has a bunch of punk patches on it now. Oh my god, water. Excuse me. How do I do level design? I opened up MS Paint and I draw a bunch of big red arrows like a YouTube thumbnail. Okay. Yes, very interesting game dev wisdom. Not 5,000 strength, 500 strength. My goodness, we almost got yeeted to the moon. Okay, big boost pad. Excuse me. How you decide where you want to draw arrows? Vibes. 500 cigarettes. I was just watching the Orville earlier, actually. Great show. Boom! Break through the window. Does this have proper collision for the window? Oh, it does. Beautifuck. Okay. So once again, this is a temporary asset. Right? We're just cranking this out fast. Air quotes fast. This isn't fast at all, but it's not. You know, we don't need to make final assets right now. What would this be? 3 times? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. This would be bigger. Let's do 5. Like that. The game dev method of wouldn't it be cool? I mean, that's why we added a whole pirate ship to the beach level. Right, I was sitting there, I was like, we're gonna have to have a pirate ship that you do sick jumps through. Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna put right now. We're not gonna make the asset of a breaking window. That's gonna be a lot of work. But I am gonna put a sound effect here. Just as a placeholder, right? Just as a placeholder. Because I have a glass shatter effect for sure. I have plenty of glass shatter effects. A lot of shattering glass. That'll get the point across. Is this... okay, so we'll need to have one with... it has concurrency, but doesn't have... was it attenuation? No. Oh my god, what's it called? Spatialization? Attenuation. Okay, attenuation, yes. This would only trigger once. I'll probably have, just like Onrush, I will have the glass reset every lap, so you smash through it. You know, I'll do a check, make sure no one's in the area, and as soon as there's no carts in the area, it'll reset the glass. I think that's more fun than having consistency. Here, let's listen to it. Yeah, perfect. I'll make it a little louder. Volume creep. Make everything a little bit louder, and then it drowns out something else to make that a little bit louder. And all of a sudden your fucking game is blowing out your speakers. Yeah, it feels good. The attenuation feels very strange though. We do not want spatialization. Beautiful. The Baron of the castle has their minions scramble to install a new one every time the racers pass through. Right, so there's two monsters in this level. There's the Ghost, which I've modeled, but I haven't like made the gameplay for. Right, so we have the Ghost Lady, and then we have the Harpy. We have the Harpy. And they are the same being, right? So the ghost is the spirit of the woman who eventually turned into a harpy. That's why they have the same hair. So these are our two monsters. So we will basically, the harpies will be outside, and the ghosts will be on the inside of the level. Is the ghost gonna? Yeah, the ghost is gonna be in stocks. Like I said, is they oops, they bap you with the chain on the end of their stocks. A couple goals, yeah, you and your own soul. You X your own ghost spirit. I think that's self-cess. I think you're gonna get canceled on Tumblr for that. Shipping yourself with your ghost. Shipping your body with your spirit. Anyways. Yeah, big window here. And then a small window. No, it's self-love. What is the difference? Right, something like that. This is very ugly, but that's fine. Oh, hey, Balrog! Mod in chat. Okay. Right. Once again, this is just placeholder. Don't worry, we're fine. Shadow, I'll see you later. Shadow pup. Right. So we need to put a little boost here, but then we blast through this window. Here. Should probably break the staircase here. It should be broken. It's crumbled. This would be what? Tree 50? Tree 20? Yeah, tree 20. I like how there's a smaller window you can jump through if you take the high track, the high road. I'm going back and forth on if I should if I should have the windows like respawn every track, because now we're jumping through multiple windows. I kind of like the idea they stay broken, but there's multiple windows you can jump through. Oh, I have a few ideas here actually. You crash through skeleton. They're in the middle of window repair. There's one thing I want to do is I want to have a is it here? Here? Here. I have a little bridge. This would be 0.8. It's Bunleth, it is me, hello! Sorry my hair's blue, it's just cold outside. See how blue these textures are? Guess we should use stone ceiling cold. This is kind of teal actually. Oops. That's not the right color, hold on. There we go. Season 3 Bunleth, yeah. She changed her character. Oh, an outfit swappable. Okay, all right, okay, cool. We'll go back to let's see pajamas, the glasses, and move the hat and the glasses. There we go. Oh, I'm really cold. My shoulders are out. So you can theoretically go. Oops, I forgot to do the collision. Must be 500. By a much smaller valley. There you go. Yeah. Having that little horizontal bridge does add a lot. It just feels better. So yeah, you can go this way, but there won't. Should there have a ramp there? I guess we should have a ramp. Rhetorical question. We're gonna put a ramp there. Why not, you know? If you really want to break a glass window. Yeah, if there's 3 glass windows you can break through, I don't think they should respawn. If this was, oh shit. Smoot says, is this Nightmare Kart? Are you a Nightmare Kart dev? I am the Nightmare Kart dev. An achievement for breaking every window. That's perfect. Because you would never realistically go through this window, right? But it is breakable. It's Bloodborne 2. Yeah. We're doing the DLC levels. Work on the. I mean, I guess no. Canehurst is not DLC in Bloodborne. Canehurst was just an optional area. But we are doing the beach, which was in the Nightmare Kart DLC, the Bloodborne DLC. Ooh. Yeah, that feels good. Do I have a window glass that I can just use temporarily? Oh, I have the windows from. Oh fuck, that's right. I have the windows from the Outsider fight. I totally forgot about these assets. I totally forgot about these. We also have the ship window. That won't work though. That's not good. Alright, I'll see you later, Balrog. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah. Once again, unfinished these are temporary assets, right? Can you ask me a technical question about my series? Well, it's not mine, first off, but depends on the question, I guess. Is this the... Hold on. The Anti-Game Woke Game Awards first place. Yeah. This is the Anti-Woke Game Award racing game winner or something. Perfect. The Anti-Woke Game Awards. Windows are a liberal myth. Sure. Yeah, that feels good. Yeah, this is Kirby Air Ride. I'm in a mood. Woke did win. Woke won. They were like, no, it's not anti-woke, it's not anti-woke. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna patch a trans flag into the boot up of the screen that you can't turn off. And they got really upset for some reason, even though they weren't anti-woke, according to them. You know? Like, isn't that fucking crazy? They were like, we're not anti-woke. We were totally cool with trans people. Little did they know. Snow Castle, it's going good. That's the way you did the hair on Bunless model? Thank you. Oh yeah, the Tumblr post. Because then they tried to review bomb my game and failed. Okay, so yeah, this feels pretty good. This it is kind of just like a straight empty room, but we have enough going on here that I believe it's interesting. Hit that, might bonk our head on that bridge there. We break through the window. Yeah, that's gonna feel fucking great breaking through that window. Oh yeah, a bunch of people who were totally not anti-woke got really mad when I put a trans flag in my game when I won the Anti-Woke Game Awards, and then they tried to review bomb my game, but it hilariously backfired. So because everyone else was like, "Oh my god, the review bombing the game. Let's give it a positive review to offset the review bomb," and it was like 30-1 positive reviews to negative reviews. So I ended up getting so much more publicity than I ever could have asked for. It was awesome. Okay, right. So now we need to I should make this. Hold on. Blech. Here's my blackout ceiling. Classic old game fashion, modeling ceilings. They didn't have the overhead for ceilings, so they would just fade their ceilings to black. Not every game did this, but a lot of games would just, you know, like have a big cathedral and it would just fade out to darkness because they couldn't model the ceiling. So I don't have the fade out, you know, right now, but we will have this like fade to gradient to black on the ceiling. And let's just, maybe that's more. Okay, so now we're gonna go back outside. Firekeeper Dev says, I can't believe Arkham Knight was made in Unreal 3. I mean, that just shows you how much the actual engine itself, you know, like, oh, I went from Unreal Engine 3 to Unreal Engine 5. That means my game's going to look 300% better. That's not really how it works, you know? Like, of course, an engine is important, but, you know, artists are more important, you know? The rain looks fucking great. I remember the rain looks great. I can't really play the Arkham games anymore. You know, because it's like, yeah, we're helping the cops and we're taking out these crazy anarchists who are looting everything. You know, conservatives' worst nightmare. This fucking city has got so much crime. Look at all these minorities running around with their big scary voices going like, I love robbing shit. And then you beat the shit out of them. And the cops are like, wow, thank you, Batman. We can't handle this. We need your help. Us useless, helpless cops. We're underfunded, probably. You know, that doesn't really resonate with me anymore. Arkham Knight had a lot more white dude enemies. Okay, that's true, that's true. Racially ambiguous enemies. But I think my point still stands. No, you're right. Most of the enemies were just white dudes in the games. It's the Bat! Don't let him hit you, you idiot! They were good henchmen. They were good mooks. They were good goons. Everyone loves a good goon. Firekeeper Dev says something that was very funny in Arkham Asylum is that every single enemy encounter had a 1-to-1 ratio of white to black enemies to avoid being seen as racist. You see, I understand that intent, but that can lead to some major issues. Like, for example, I believe in one of the most recent Spider-Man games, reboot games, you go to Rikers. I'm pretty sure you literally go to Rikers in Spider-Man, PS4 or PS5 or whatever. And it's like depicted as a racially diverse prison. And it's like, my dude, my guy, Rikers is like 99% black people. Because our country is fucking racist and they kind of just... Oh god, don't get me started on fucking Spider-Man PS4. Woo! Okay. My dude, my guy. That's kind of not okay. You said Fox Dance says it makes me just legit sad how much every big production is now blatant establishment propaganda. Right, exactly. I love to play Spider-Man for the escapism, the superheroes' magic, and a racially blind justice system. I don't see race. I mean, it's you know, it's liberal. It's liberal. That's what it is. Right? God, oh god, now the more I think about fucking Spider-Man PS4, the more it's pissing me off. You know, the cops are like super friendly, and then Silver Sable and her crazy like militia are like, oh, we're bad, we're worse than the cops. You wish your cops were back. We're worse than the cops. We like racially profile people at checkpoints and run off with them. Not like the normal cops. We're the fake fictional mercenary bad cops that have checkpoints and steal people off the street. And then your fucking Spider-Man social media, everyone's like, oh, this sucks. This sucks. We should, I want our normal cops back. I, a person of the New York community, want our normal cops back. Save us, Spider-Man. Bring our cops back. Don't worry, I believe the DLC depicted your friend, your lady cop, as maybe bad? Question mark? One bad apple? That's crazy. Arcane Season 2. I've never seen Arcane because I have a petty grudge against Riot, but it seems like people don't like the second season that much. Can someone explain this in a single Twitch comment that isn't a giant wall? In 3 sentences or less. Pighead says, glad to be here. Really love the pot for the series. Really glad to have given it some money. And thank you so much for contributing to the campaign. I really appreciate it. Your Honor, League of Legends. No, literally. I have a more than petty grudge against Riot, right? God, it feels like I'm getting flashbacks to 2000. I'm getting flashbacks to Game of Thrones, and everyone's like, you gotta watch Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is so good, you gotta watch Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is amazing. I fucking love Game of Thrones. I'm so excited about Game of Thrones. Oh my god, it fucking sucks. How dare they? I'm so mad that I watched Game of Thrones, and I'm sitting here like, oh no. Damn, how unfortunate that I put off watching Game of Thrones this entire time. Like, literally the same thing happened with Arcane. Okay, this song's kind of annoying. They're good tracks, but they're not meant to loop this long. Season 2 had compelling personal storylines, but suffered from having to adhere to a universe, and also it predictably does not have as much to say about an authoritarian police state as it wanted you to think it does. Wow, crazy. That's crazy. Personal, gotcha. Yeah, Machine Passage apps. This track a lot more loopable. Oy, 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 oy. Love that. What is that? Undulation? What is that? Oy, oy, oy. It's good. Whatever it is, it's fucking good. The throat singing. There's a turn for that, right? Mongolian throat singing. All right, this would be 45 degrees, right? This is 45. This bridge is 45 degrees. 45 degree turn. I'm pretty sure. Oh, now I don't know. This is 45 degrees, right? Yeah. Okay. So this would be 45 degrees here. So we're blasting through the window, landing on this 45 degree bridge here. Queenie says, I want to peek into the good timeline where Sakurai made Kirby for the PC and rent is still triple digits. Oh god, I don't even remember the rent being triple digits. Do you use the same program to animate that you use to make Nightmare Kart? No, so Nightmare Kart is programmed in Unreal Engine. Beautiful, by the way, that was perfect. And I animate in Blender. But I animate both Nightmare Kart and Bunleth stuff in Blender. It's just there's an extra step in for video game Nightmare Kart where I have to import my animations into the game engine, right? Okay, what we're gonna do first, we're gonna group this. You know what? No, no, no. We're going to... Oh, chat. 10 out of 10 motorcycle trick? Yeah, yeah. Congrats on Witch upstairs. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm really excited about that. We're gonna have... Okay, we're gonna have this little turny turn here. Oh, God. I really need to be a good girl and group all this. All right, chat. I'm gonna have to spend like 10 minutes clicking on assets. I thought I did group this. Did I group this one maybe? No, I did not. Okay, okay, this is grouped. Okay, okay. Okay. No, it has to be this one. It has to be left turn. Yeah, okay, we're gonna do this one. Okay, let me be a good girl. Let me group this together. Oh God, why did I do this? Why didn't I just make this a model? This is so cring. Literally me in the shower when no one else is in the apartment. I'm glad people empathize with that. I'm glad people find that relatable. All right. Oh, look at these gaps in the geometry. I'm a fucking hack. Look at this. Look at this gap right here. I mean, you can never get your camera out here, so you never see this. But I know it's there. So now it's gonna bother me for the rest of time. And you all know it's there. A VA question about Bunless Show? Ask a question? Yeah, sure. I don't know if I can answer it, but you can ask. Kuni says, I started doing Cinder Carla impressions in the shower when my neighbors aren't home. Amazing. Got the windows here. I guess, would there be windows on the outside? I guess not, right? You don't want to... Oh, yeah, you don't want to jump through windows. It'd be easy to... Yeah, of course, yeah. There won't be windows on the outside. Because then people could climb in through them. Okay. Yeah, so we're basically gonna just take this elbow wall and just move it over here. So you kind of land at the round part. I did not group any of these, did I? Okay. It's time for Checker Nights. That's why we're all here. It's Checker Nights time. This is why we're here. You know, I'm gonna go on a limb and say this song is why Air Ride was able to get a sequel. This song here. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Oh, I did group these. Okay, thank goodness. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. What's the highest a crash counter went up? Our record is 3. We've tied it a few times, but we haven't surpassed 3 yet. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. The children yearn for classical music. What is it, Yuri Gallup? I love Yuri Gallup. Is it Yuri Gallup? I fucking love Yuri Gallup. That's some fucking classical music I can fuck with. Yuri Gallup, I think it is. I can't play it. It's an actual song. Oh god, what was it called? What was it called? It was like Yuri Gallup. I don't know what it's called. I don't remember the name. I think I'm misremembering the name. There was this classical tune I liked as a kid that I would just put on. I uploaded it to YouTube. Got copy struck. That was before copyright strikes. Back in the day, you can just upload fucking music to your YouTube videos. Any ideas how you'll go about casting VAs? If you need more, I will find them. I don't want to cast fans of my content. Unfortunately, that rules out basically everyone in my chat right now, and anyone who would ever like reach out, honestly. But that is the truth. Keeping things strictly professional. Right, I mean, I want to, right? This is just a big professional production, and I want to make it professional. So I am. Okay, so we're gonna just get rid of all these. Oh, so much clicking! I need to be a good girl and group my fucking... Okay, at least I'm... Where'd I go? Okay. Personally, I just grab some of my friends and we do the worst VA we can because I love flaw and voice acting, but that's just me, right? This isn't a, you know, Bunless Show isn't a bad PS1 game though. It is a modern web show that is low poly, right? And that's a very big distinction. What the fuck? Liam, I'll see ya. Sorry, M? A gentle M. I'll see ya. The VA for the cat was so funny when watching. Yes. Bellshipper knocked it out of the fucking park. Like this, right? Now I'm losing my mind. Yuri Gallup. Ugh, I can't find it. I'm losing my mind. Oh yeah, Bellshipper going like meow for every line read. Yeah, it was awesome. want to clip this in. I mean, yeah, same voice clip. Belshebert gave us like hundreds of meows and like cat noises, and I was just like, it's so funny if we just use the same meow every time. I told Belshebert, he's like, yeah, that's fine. I'm like, fuck yeah. We are gonna use different meows in future episodes though, for sure. Yeah, that feels good as fuck. Yeah, that feels good, breaking through the window. There's only enough space in memory for one meow. Oh, that feels good as shit! Every episode gets one meow, but it's different. Ugh, see, like, this is... I don't want you to blast out of the... For the sake of level design, right? I don't want... Like, this is where it is currently. Right? What I don't want, for the sake of level design... This is a problem that Nightmare Kart currently has. A lot of tracks where there's like a T-bone, like there's like a 90-degree left turn. I don't want that. I want you to I want to land on this 45-degree section right here. Right? Like this. So we don't just, you know, blast through a window and then kind of just stop and turn left, right? I mean, it's clipping through the wall, it's fine. Yeah, you're never gonna realistically go through this, this right window, because you have to, like, double back through the bridge. But yeah, something like that. See, like, we land here, and then we bank to the left, right? Just a reminder, there's no backseating, suggestions, or ideas. When I am musing about game design problems, I am kind of just talking through my own process. It's not an invitation for you to tell me what to do. Thank you very much. You're my rubber duckies, exactly. Thank you, thank you. Can we lower the wall? I guess we could. I think realistically the walls around the castle would be the same height. See, that right there, that feels good. You hit it at the 45 and then you angle to the left. Nightmare Kart with a C. I'll see you later, Arthos. Oh, what the fuck? Sorry, I was reading chat when I should be driving, and then I fell through the floor. That feels okay. Basically, the middle window is the one we want, right? The left window is for extreme, you know, pro racers. I'm okay with them having to, like, I'm okay with the pro racers needing to you know, do a full 90-degree left turn. Can we lower this? I think we can lower. I think we can. It'll be okay if we lower this. Like you would. I can cut this out. You know, like this building can cut into this wall here. I think it's fine. And then we'll like put a bunch of debris here so you can't just drive all the way back like this way, right? It's a little confusing. You know what? I am going to... Need our cannons first off. Our snow cannons. Oh, did I forget to... No, okay. You know, you gotta protect your castle from invaders. You gotta have your cannons. My apartment doesn't even have cannons. Oh, you're missing out. You gotta have your cannons. Did anybody call it a chevron? I did. Oh my god, the track chevrons? Wow. Someone was being pretentious. I mean, they aren't arrows, they're chevrons, it's true. They are chevrons. We need to make this jump more powerful, which I'm fine with. This is the pro track. Like your reward for staying up here. Oh, ha! I missed it. Oh, that feels wrong. That's way too much. Feng Shui. I haven't heard Feng Shui in a long time. Fuck! Fudge muffins! Whoa! Hit the ceiling there. Oops. That feels good. Honestly, we can push it out a little bit further. Yeah, that's fine. Yag. Yag indeed. Yeah, that feels great. Yeah, landing at the 45, then turning. Landing at the 45 and then turning left by another 45. Why do I keep picturing this song as the score to a Family Guy action scene? Because it is orchestral, and you are boss babying orchestral music with Family Guy. That's probably why. You should listen. You should listen to more orchestral stuff. You should expand your horizons a little bit. Yeah, Family Guy is a very traditionally orchestral soundtrack. Boss babying, sorry. The tweet, the popular tweet, is person who has only seen Boss Baby seeing second movie. I'm getting big Boss Baby vibes from this. That's the joke, right? Yeah, I'll have a Coke. Thank you. Right, like a very general thing you've only associated with one singular piece of art. So when you see a second thing that has that piece of art, you go, oh, that reminds me of the first piece of art. Yeah, I love traditional orchestral pieces. Me watching the Bunleth anime, it reminds me of Nightmare Kart. But, you know, people who are like, have only really experienced PS1 low poly without actually playing PS1 games, they'll see it and they'll be like, oh, this reminds me of that one PS1 game that I'm very familiar with, right? How goes level building? Good. You know, this reminds you of Twisted Metal, or, you know, this reminds you of Nightmare Creatures. Which, you know, granted, there's more than one similarity between those properties. Yeah, that feels good. Fuck off. That feels freaking good. Blasting through the window and your wheels hitting the streets, hitting the track. That feels fucking good. Now, of course, the left shortcut track won't work, but we can add some scaffolding or something. You know, honestly. Let's put the boost back down to a strength of 500. Oh, it is at 500. Okay. Yeah, we'll put some scaffolding out. Do I have scaffolding? I don't think I have actual scaffolding. No. Okay, that's fine. Okay, this is getting a bit repetitive. What's next? We're done with Checker Knights. Nebula Belts? Oh yeah, Nebula Belt's pretty good. This one will be narrow. Alright, this is like the scary version. This is the high level scary version. I'll see you later, Fire. Love my anti-authoritarian artists. I hope I'm one of those. Beam. I have a fucked up beam, right? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So this is what I use for scaffolding. My fucked up beam, with like shit on it. It's gonna get up to 2. We're gonna turn off. Oh, the all none of them have collision. Okay, good. Yes. It's like a scaffolding. Let's say they're like cleaning the window or something. I don't know. Right. Right? Just, I don't know. Who cares? We're not making it pretty right now. We're just making it functional. So you know what? Actually, just fuck all this. We'll put this here. Put a beam here. Right? I'll have a beam underneath this. Then we'll have our regular beams, which are just cubes. Right. I'll turn on collision for this. Yes. Right. It's a scaffolding. They're cleaning the window, or they're fixing the window or something. Is my avatar a rabbit? Yes, my avatar is a bunny rabbit. You have 2 rabbits at home? That's amazing. I could never take care of an actual rabbit. I don't have spoons for that. I could probably take care of myself. Yeah, right? So like that is a piece of scaffolding. Real. Yeah, that's what I meant. You have 2 rabbits. You have 2 real rabbits. I believe you. Don't worry. Yeah, I could never take care of a real rabbit. I don't think I could. I don't think I could take care of any kind of pet. I just don't have the overhead for that. Oh, I'm sure your rabbits are adorable. I love real rabbits. I love looking at pictures of them, but that's kind of as far as I could go. Because my goodness, I cannot take care of a real rabbit. Maeve, I really appreciate your you nerding out to your music, to the Bloodborne music. That's really cool. I like that. The sorcerer downstairs. That's me. I'm a sorceress. Very scary. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Okay, then we're gonna do a little ramp here. Well, that's too much. 30 might be too much. Yeah, we're gonna bonk against that super hard. But let's just see how it feels. We gotta, yeah. Okay. So that beam is too much. Should probably time to chime these. Yeah. Let's do like 15,400. Legally distinct cane hairs? Yep, absolutely. We need to raise this whole thing. Thank you so much. I'm really sorry. Could you throw this into the sink? Running out of spaces to put my stuff. Thank you. It's our beautiful scaffolding. What engine? This is Unreal Engine 4. Yeah, that feels good. Do we angle it slightly? Like that. The song is from Kirby Air Ride, the original for the GameCube. What made you choose UE4? That's what I was taught in college. Or I was taught Unreal UDK. Unreal. I was taught Unreal 3 in college. It wasn't named Unreal 3, but you know, that's what it was, the version before Unreal 4. Yeah, that's good. That feels very good. You just hop on a little scaffolding. I feel like that's a complex version, and then you have the bottom track, which is a lot more simple, but theoretically slower. I'll need to time it. And then you have the impossible, what if the engine one day became real? It's very funny. Yeah, and then of course, here, so we just need to lower the strength of this. Make it 20. Unreal Engine chose me, actually. The real engine. Right, so obviously this is gonna cut into the building. Once again, we don't need to worry about it right now. But unless you have a target that was easy button, but it's the YAG button. Girl, the boycott. Actually, I don't remember if target's still the boycott list or not. Ah, that feels good. That feels good, Chad. Okay. I guess I could steal if that was easy button, but I would never steal a I've never stolen a single thing ever, officer. Yeah, those windows with the shafts look very... These window shafts look very PS1. Fun fact, the word gag backwards is gay? Of course it is. You think I didn't know that? You think I didn't know that? Yeah, it feels good. Maybe a little more, maybe a little more boost. Maybe a little more height on that. Yeah, 20 degrees is a little bit... That's a 0. Let's do 10. Windows look beautiful. Well, they are placeholder. We will give them proper stained glass windows. Yeah, that feels better. Okay, then we want to go onto the roof. Right? So, like, I mean, first I need to... I mean, I already modeled this part of the roof. But in Canehurst, you do run along the roofs of the buildings at one point, right? So I do want to do that. Right. So if we throw this into our paint, right? So we break through. Ooh, that's way too thick. We break through land. And then we like we go back up to the roof, and then we drive along the roof. And then there'll be another wall here, or maybe this wall, will have like a 90 degree. Yeah, there'll be a circle here, another circle here. It'll be 90 degrees. But you know, this is blocked off. Maybe it's broken. This is like broken here. So you can't just go like this. You have to go across the roof. Yeah, we'll do that. It'll be broken. And then we land here. Or, I mean, I guess... And then we go left. Hit a big ramp, jump over here, land. And then we circle back to the front of the track. Be very long. Yeah, so this part of the wall will be broken. Right, this castle has been abandoned for a while. It's been dead. Like, you know, this obviously isn't an active castle, right? Like, its story is long over. So we can say, oh, it's been breached. It was breached, and this castle wall was broken. And you know, that was what happened. I'm okay with that. We'll do a little bit more. We've been streaming for 2 hours now. Can maybe do 3? We'll stream for a little bit more. I don't want to do too much more, but let us at least finish off this rooftop. Let us get it, because I'm a buddy. A big game dev inspiration. Are you talking to me? Oh, thank you. That's local. Right, you're gonna have a really shallow roof, because you'll be racing on top of it. I feel like an actual roof of this kind of building would have a much steeper roof, much steeper angle, but we're gonna be racing on it, so, you know, gonna have some creative liberties. Did I really line that up perfectly? No. Okay. Alright, I just need to line these up. Okay. I was off by 1. That's fine. Boop. Okay. Ordered some of your stickers, and they were really nice. Broke one. You broke a sticker. How'd you break a sticker? I'm curious how you broke a sticker. Did you like rip it or something? Peeled it on the wrong layer. I see, I see. Well, I'm sorry that happens. Pokemon but peeled. Does anyone remember Pokemon but peeled? That was a cursed channel. Bunleth, I'm punk. Am I? Well, I'm glad to hear that I'm punk. I won't let no corpo shut me down. Vine boom, vine. What am I saying? Vine boom. Sorry, is the vine boom too loud? Let me know if vine boom's too loud. I'll make it quieter. This would be 0.8. You would need to be a roof tile. No, you'd be a snowy tile. You'd be snow tile. You would be this one. Okay, that's good. Yeah, okay. Acceptable boom volume. Excuse me. Sorry, that was a very sexual yawn. I did not mean for that. I just got sore. I've been doing arm curls recently. And I'm just sore. My arms are sore. Holy crap, Scave, thank you so much for the 27-month resub. That is incredible. Right, here's our roof. Right, so we'll be racing along this roof. I don't know. Well, I do know, actually. We'll only be racing on the right side of the roof. So I'm actually going to put these roof railings up here as well. And I could theoretically, like, go from one side of the roof to the other. That'd be more interesting. That might be more interesting. I'll do that. Working on subtitles. Yeah, I've been taking subtitles more seriously recently, which I'm really happy I am. There was just one comment I got where they're like, I have zero, like, I can't hear. I don't pick up audio due to a disability. So I really appreciated you adding subtitles to Bunleth Show. That was really nice. That was a really nice comment that we got on the show. Okay, I'm grouping because I'm a good girl. Yeah, we could jump from one side of the roof to the other. I think the original plan, the original idea was that you're only on one side of the roof, but we might expand it a little bit. Morger, thank you so much for hanging out. I'll see you later. I know I say this every time I stream, and I always fail, but I will try to try and get back to streaming every Sunday, at least for a little bit. Oh my gosh, Kodev, thank you so much for the subscription. Right, something like this. Once again, this isn't final, right? Oh, my fingies. You said I've been watching streams. I need to figure out how to do that. All right, here we go. All right, so here's our roof. We're gonna race along this. Yeah, I think just being on one side, this is way too long to just race on one side. So yeah, it should be like you jump up here, and there's like a gap in the fence, so you go over on this side and go, and then you go down the middle, and then you go on the right side, and then you jump off, or you just jump off early. What era is this building supposed to evoke? I'm curious. Well, it's based off of Castle Canehurst. Don't tell Sony. Which I guess would be 1700s or 1800s. I guess is the implication. Oh shit. Sorry, I shouldn't be swearing. There might be children watching. I mean, you shouldn't be. Don't upset the castle, nerds. This is a very unrealistic castle. Oh, chat, I messed up big time. First train nerds, then the castle nerds. I guess we'll need to put a station here. Lore-wise, the train, you know, the snow, you know, the train. Remember the train fight? That takes place in the snow, like in the snow wilderness along the train tracks. You know, you can put two and two together and realize that this level is where the train makes a stop at, right? Did I upset the gun nerds? I did. I was holding a toy with my finger on the trigger. And I do think that getting all upset because you're holding a toy with your finger on the trigger. One, I think that's a bit much. Two, the whole point is only put your finger on the trigger if he intends to pull the trigger. And in the video I posted of me holding my toy gun, I did pull the trigger. So I don't even know what they're getting mad at. You know? Like, it's very confusing. Like, I pulled the trigger. So, like, what the fuck? I could have accidentally shot one of my toys. But it wasn't an accident. I pulled the trigger. I purposefully shot it. They just want someone to be mad about. No, right, literally. They just want to be mad. Like, it's a free excuse to be mad at a woman on the internet. A queer woman, even. They also got mad at me because I made a render of Bunlith holding a gun, and like leaning against it. And they were so eager to be mad at me that they misinterpreted the gun backwards. She was resting her hands on the handle. It was a Zimmerman from Armored Core. And you know how the Zimmerman is very top heavy, right? So they willingly misinterpreted the render as her like leaning against the barrel instead of the handle, because they wanted to be mad at me. They wanted me to be wrong. They wanted to have an actual reason to yell at me, because people are just so eager to yell at me. People want to like put me in my place. I don't even know why, but people are just so rearing to go to be mad at me. So even the tiniest excuse pops up They come crawling out of the woodwork and start screaming at me. And it's so funny because most of the time they're just straight up wrong. You know, if they spent 5 seconds looking at the gun, or like if they watched the second half of my 10-second video where I actually pulled the trigger, you know, they just embarrass themselves, like horribly, like en masse. It is fucking funny. If it would be so fucking funny if it wasn't just so sad. It's just so sad. Yeah, I am a target, absolutely. I'm a successful trans woman on the internet. Who is not only a successful trans woman on the internet, I'm also have a air of confidence around me, which people who don't want me to succeed find irresistibly annoying. So I also drive them crazy. You know, because I'm not modest or whatever the fuck they want a woman to be, right? I'm a loud trans woman. Right. Where the fuck is City Trial? There it is. They hate me because they ain't me, in summary. Oh, right, the worst graphics, right. I remember people criticizing one of the athletes at the Olympics because she was holding a gun with one hand, right? Why? What's your height? Oh god, that's cringe. Okay. Your height value is not divisible by 50. I mean, I guess it is an angled roof. I hope one day internet trolls grow up a little. I mean, they will. They'll grow up. I mean, this always happens, right? Like they grow up. They either become better people or they become screaming conservatives because they will refuse to grow up. Sure. But in amount of them, I don't know if I can say most of them, but in amount of them will grow up. And they will become better people, and they'll be replaced by younger people who haven't grown up yet, right? That's something that needs to, like, you need to acknowledge. Just gonna eyeball this. There we go. Okay, so this is gonna be a cheat. I need to hurry up and finish this stream, but I do want to test this out. So this is not gonna be how it actually works in the final game. We're just going to put a teleport mirror. I love my teleport mirror. It's just so good for debugging and doing stuff like this. So we're gonna put a teleport mirror. One of Nicholas's, legally distinct Nicholas's teleport mirrors. And we're just gonna teleport up here. Trolls regenerate, right. Right, regenerating trolls. Procrastinate, hello. Oops, I hit launch. No, I didn't want to launch. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. I love that right next to the play button is a button that just freezes Unreal Engine. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. This might count as a crash. I might have to force close this. Yeah, launch. So here's play. Launch and build. Click either of these buttons if you've never used them before, and like you're fucked. One crash before the end of the stream. Oh god, did I save? I think I saved. Yeah, I saved. Okay, we're gonna wait 20 more seconds. Alright, we have sunk cost our phalloseed. Five more seconds. 5 more seconds. Ba, 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 ba. Alright, let's say goodbye to Unreal Engine. Okay, we are going to update. That count. I gotta count that as a crash, right? We clicked a button which froze Unreal Engine. The button was to create a temporary build that it would then delete. And it didn't do that. It froze Unreal Engine, and we did a force close. That counts as a crash. Unreal Engine got real. I hope we see more of my Android girl. Who are you talking about? I'm so curious. My Android girl? Oh, this lady in the background. She's a human being. She just has robot arms. But yes, we'll see. I don't know. I brought this up in my interview Q&A stream, but Sci-Fi Game has basically turned into Bunleth Show. So this lady in on my backgrounds, who was the protagonist of Sci-Fi Game, I don't know. We'll see what happens. No, this was, sorry, the artist's thumbnail is blocked by the Nightmare Kart. This is a commission by Dream Kazoo. The Sci-Fi Lady became Beatrix. Sci-Fi Lady didn't become a specific character. There is no like one-to-one character. Like this character became this character, and this character became this character. But it's like the vibes of like, you know, being queers in a fascist empire and the struggles of that. Albeit a lot more analogous and abstracted in the Sci-Fi Game. That is what Bunleth Show is, right? And I don't want to make a game and a show that have the same premise. That would be redundant. So Sci-Fi Game, I still want to make but it will change. It will be a very different game. Does that mean I keep the same protagonist? Maybe. I don't know. I do like her. I do like this character's name is Ava. I do like Ava a lot. She's a silent protagonist. All of my games have had silent protagonists except for this DLC. This will be the first one where the main character talks. But yeah, maybe she'll be very different if I do end up keeping her as a protagonist. Trans colors on her shoulder, yes. She's trans. All my characters are trans. Except for the creepy ones. The editor's taking a long time to load. Well, yeah, it's loading an entire finished launched game. There's a lot of code in here. It's a very big game. Right, this isn't like a small project with one map file and 10 actors. This is a full-ass game. Hours of content. You know what? I'm gonna go on a bio break while this loads. So I'll be right back. Hello. Oh no, my VTuber is broken. Boop. Where my blahage? Where's the blahage button? Where's my blahage? We are back. We're in the wrong map. I have some chippies here, so excuse me while I munch on these. Excuse me. There was no audio because I was eating chips, and I don't want y'all to hear that. You don't understand why blahage deflates over time? Stuffing. You know, it compresses. Yeah. You don't really have an extended racetrack on like a slant like this. I kind of like it. Like you slip off to the left. You demand the crunch? Yeah, I bet you do. People would pay for a button with ASMR. Absolutely. You know, what would button with ASMR entail? Nice try. I know you're not a furry, but like, if you could be an animal, which one would it be? Nice try. Okay. You know, honestly, this isn't put a few jumps on here. This might not be might not be bad. Huh. Okay. Let us go through the entire thing. And we do have a timer on the bottom left. Face the wrong way. All right. Let us. That is 50 seconds of track. My barometer is 1 minute per lap is average. So anything shorter than 1 minute is a short lap, and everything longer than 1 minute is a long lap. So that's pretty good. Let's see what the beach is at. Actually, let's go through the beach level and we'll see how that feels. Frame rate's really low because all my streaming stuff is way too fucking loud. Our frame rate is way too low. So actually, we're going to all the enemies and stuff. We're just gonna see. Okay. Ah! Pirate ship! Good coast level from a kart game. Right. We need a beach level. Like, I feel like every kart game is a beach level. Here. I turned off the functionality so we wouldn't get a big frame drop. But, y'all, that music is really good. So I'm going to hard code the music to start, even though we haven't actually started a lap. just for y'all. This level is like 90% done. We still need like enemies walking around outside of the shark. I think that's kind of it. That's the only thing we're missing in this level. Whoa! We got the super speed bug. Okay, yeah. So that was like a minute 10, right? So that's a pretty average track length. Right. Yeah, everyone loves that bug. All the speedrunners. There's like a bounty out for that. I don't know if it's a bounty, but people are trying to figure out how that bug triggers. But yeah, okay. And we are at 50 seconds on Snow Castle track, and we still have a lot to do. So, honestly, honestly, if we're at 50 seconds, I think, and we're like, okay, basically, here. This is our track right now. Right? We go up here, go around, go in. And then, I mean, right now we just teleport up like this. This is 50 seconds. This right here is 50 seconds. So the original plan was we go like this, jump over, and then circle back to the start. Right? But we might just go like this and go back to the start. Like that is shorter. And we're at 50 seconds already. And we don't want this to be like a 2-minute long track, right? That would be too long. The longest track, the Pocket Dream course, I think it's called. Excuse me, is very long and it kind of sucks. And I think the reason that people don't like it is because there's not really much anything interesting going on. It's just it's Rainbow Road. It's just a single track. From the N64 Mario Kart. But also it's very long, and I don't want to make a track that's too goddamn long, because people will get bored. Because there's an expectation set by the rest of the game that each track is on average a minute long. So I think I might just do this instead of this. We do this instead of doing this. We just do this. It might be better. I don't know. Who knows? I will make it out. Okay. I will try and make a super simple version of this, right? Where like it goes out and then you come in like this, you do 90 degree, hit this angle, boom, boom. I'll see if I can make a simple version of this. Or honestly, we just go like this, and then jump over and out. Yeah, I'm just showing my process. But yeah, plenty of ideas, which I will chew on before I work on this project again. So I'll think on that. So yeah, we're gonna end the stream here. We're at 2 hours and 45 minutes, so that's pretty good. I think that's a good whole stream. So thank you so much for hanging out, everyone. I'm gonna end this here, and we will hopefully be back on next Sunday, and we will be continuing to work on Nightmare Kart. So I will see you all later. Yeah, so bye bye everyone. Bye bye.